This week is going to feature the hottest weather we have seen so far this year, all thanks to a very large area of high pressure, or what we call a ridge, dominating the eastern half of the nation. It is going to be very hot for so many of us over the next week and a half, if not longer than that. Anywhere in the pink, that is an extreme heat warning. The beige color is a heat advisory, and then we also have an extreme heat watch issued for much of New England, the Northeast, and even the middle Mississippi River Valley as well. Now, here in our neck of the woods, there's no alerts currently in effect, but I don't want you to think that just because we're not under an alert doesn't mean it's not going to be hot, because our weather is going to be very hot over the next several days. And with that being said, here's a look at the numbers heading into your day on Tuesday, Wednesday, and your Thursday. We'll be in the upper 90s right along our coastline, lower to middle 90s heading further inland. That's the exact same case heading into your Wednesday. By Thursday, we're cranking up that heat even more. Lower 90s across the Grand Strand, middle to upper 90s heading further inland. Factor in the humidity, heat index values will absolutely be higher than that. Middle to upper 90s tomorrow and also on your Wednesday. By your Thursday, we're now into the upper 90s to lower 100s. And I know you're probably not going to believe me, but heading into the 4th of July weekend, things only get worse. For actual air temperatures, we will be in the lower to middle 90s across the PD and along the border belt. With the help of the sea breeze, we'll be in the lower to middle 90s right along our Grand Strand. Factor in the humidity, I think it's almost a guarantee that we will have heat index values every single day at or above 100 degrees. So please be sure, if you have any outdoor plans this weekend, you are taking plenty of breaks in either a shaded room or a room that has air conditioning. Drink plenty of water and check on all of your friends, your family, and the elderly as well. Now, you might be wondering, because of how hot it is going to be, could we break any records? And I think all the records will be safe across the Grand Strand, but heading further inland, by the time we get to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it is absolutely possible we come close to, if not break, some records that were set back in the 1900s and also set back in 2024 as well. Let's talk about what is going on in the tropics. We had a cold front work its way across our area overnight last night, and now it has become a stationary front. And with it sitting right over the warm waters of the Gulf Stream, it is notorious for low pressure systems to form within this actual front. And because, again, of how warm the waters are, it's not out of the question this could become a weak tropical depression, but considering how much wind shear there is in the atmosphere, the chance of this actually becoming a named storm is very, very low, basically almost at zero. I mean, it's at 10% if you want to say that. When it comes to the actual impacts it'll bring us, because of the way that it is bringing us a wind out of the northeast, that's going to keep us rain-free over the next several days because of the dry air that it is pulling in from the north. But regardless, this is nothing to worry about, and aside from this, there is nothing else to worry about in the tropics as a whole. As your 10-day forecast right along the Grand Strand, heat every single day will be in the upper 80s to lower to middle 90s. We'll be back into the upper 80s by next Thursday. Rain chance-wise, very, very small heading into the second half of next week, or heading into the start of next week. But other than that, very dry every single day under partly to mostly sunny skies. Heading further inland, very oppressive heat, especially this weekend, with highs in the lower to middle 90s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.